Hello, it is I, Anawiltus, and I'm here for another Calradia Overrun development log. Now, for those of you who undoubtedly don't know what Calradia Overrun is, it is a mod that I created for Mountain Blade Warband that essentially all it does is mess around with the text files and add a few bits of music to the game. It doesn't really do much of anything else, which is why it is one of those hated mods on ModDB, because it doesn't actually accomplish what people would say is a significant enough change to the game, and therefore people really like to hate on it a lot. And since I'm not actually putting out this version of the mod that I'm playing right now quite yet, I'm not actually going to put this on ModDB. So this is just going to go up on YouTube. I'll just let's go Veteran Warrior, Stepchild, Squire, and Personal Revenge. Why not? And I guess this is, I suppose, a refresher for some of the features of the mod, so I'm going to swear to you. There you go, just some made-up name. Do I want 8 charisma? I don't think I do. There we go. Just get that intelligence in with those skill points. I'm just going to start up a quick... Well, it's not a quick game, let's be honest. Mountain Blade is a very long game, unless you're doing the battles only. But I'm not entirely sure if the battles work very well with my mod. I think that's something that I would actually have to use the mod system with in order to help with that. I'm just going to get some athletics, get some shields. Pathfinding, no, I'm not going to do that because I like to have a partner do that for me. Although, let's be honest, maybe you should do some of. Oh, apologize for a quick break. There was someone knocking at my door, but I'm back. I'm just going to dump it all in polearms because that's my playstyle. Let's go for random hair color. Let's see, skin. I'm not going to customize too much. Actually, yeah, I'm fine with this. Let me just take a look at different hairstyles. There we go. Yeah, it's a bit high cut on the back, but that's fine because most of the time I'm going to be wearing a helmet anyway. I'm going to get a shorter amount of facial hair so that it doesn't get in the way while wearing helmets and stuff. And let's go really young. There you go, a young youth. Swadia. Yeah, actually that sounds good. I don't want to run into some of the bandits that I've created. So this video is going to be more of an introduction to the mod, even though it is a sequel to the previous development logs. It is going to show some features, and I'm wondering... Oh, there we go. That was easy. Well, of course, I'm not playing on a hard difficulty at the moment, because I don't want this to be too much of a hassle when making a video. Okay, and let's just do the quest. Okay, and leave. Now, I think... Yeah, as you can see, that is one of the elements of a mod that changes things. I've added a few new unit types. As you can see, there's merry men, foresters, and in fact, Swadia apparently loves to have foresters. They've got a lot of foresters and woodsmen and stuff, and those guys are a form of archers. So now Swadia is very archer heavy, and the merry men are the best archers in the game by far. Although their armor isn't the best. So let's get 6. And I think I'm going to test this right now. I think in the files I switched up something so that you'd need 7 men instead of 5 men. And I don't want to run into those guys because no. They are very tough. I'm not going to get into it. Well, maybe I should. Well, it's not really going to display too many of the mod things, is it? Well, I'm going to try to do the quest first. Let's not mercs. There we go. Okay, maybe I fixed it. Maybe I turned it back to how it was. Anyway, or was it 6 men that I set it to? Either way, I thought I changed it, but maybe I haven't. But let's see if we can get some fancy music. Oh, there it is. Now, of course, as I have said earlier, this mod isn't really 100% there to make what I would call absolutely amazing content. It's rather more a test mod that I decided to publish carelessly, and as such has been heavily criticized for its experimental nature, and that is that it is both a test for some basic text modding as well as for music composition. And that is why especially some of the earlier songs I added into the mod may not be the most glamorous. Now I don't want to get stuck. There we go. Take that guy down. No, got pinned. I was hoping to... Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. I was hoping to get him to go the other direction, but... He's going to block? Yeah, he's going to block. There we go. Maybe I shouldn't have entered this tournament. Anyway, let's withdraw, because I actually want to get into some real battles and not into some sort of tournament prattle. Now let's find where this hideout is. Wait, no, I have to fight them boys. Where are they? There they are. 7. There's 7 of them. And this is also going to show you a change that I've put in with the looters. And that is that I gave them all throwing weapons and shields and polearms, etc. In addition to that, I've ensured that none of them are shirtless, because obviously they're looters, so they're obviously going to be taking stuff and picking it up. It also makes it a bit more difficult to have 20 guys throwing knives at you, which does indeed happen in this mod, especially if you try to solo everything, which is still possible with the bandits, but definitely not possible on a larger scale. Let me put the guys up there. Still have my crossbow. I normally don't go ranged, but it might be profitable to do this anyway. But they all have shields anyway, so I should have grabbed a polearm. That's what I should have done. But as you can see, many of them have shields, and This actually isn't going as good as I had hoped. There. And throwing weapons, and these are the lowest tier bandits. And there you see polearms. So as you can see, they are reasonably effective against cavalry now. So charging in directly to a crowd of them, although already inadvisable because looters can be relatively troublesome in crowds, is now definitely not something you want to do because you can get a nice fat polearm stab right into you. Oh, they're actually going to take down a horse. Anyway, let's have a charge. Okay, they lost one guy. That's unfortunate. And now they're throwing stuff at me. There you go. They still throw rocks, but they also throw a selection of knives as well. But if I get some guys to level up here, I might be able to show off some units. Well, actually, I'm not going to because I've always been more of a cavalry guy, so I always like to go for the cavalry upgrade path. So there we are. Let's get some stuff to sell because I really need to make some money here. In fact, I'll even get the worthless stuff. There we go. So this isn't so much a development log, more of a brief little playthrough. Well, not necessarily all the way through. Let's see. Yeah, that one's the same. Yeah, I'm going to go for polearms. That's resistance 1 shield. I don't want that. I can't use that on horseback. I'm going to put my sword first, just in case of a siege. I don't think I'm actually going to get into a siege, judging by how I am actually doing. However, I wouldn't exclude the possibility of it occurring at some point. So there is an encampment. I don't think I can handle those looters. Well, I could, but it would be that really awkward thing where you run around them, and doing that for 30 minutes. I don't think that would make for great viewing, although it would make for maybe a little bit of suspense, I could say. Some suspense. Not a lot of suspense. Let's have the guys keep up with me. There we go. I don't think the looters here should be very powerful, although they probably do have knives, so I suppose that is a hazard. Huh, I thought I saw a guy. Maybe he's behind a tree. No, he's over there. Okay. Oh. He is indeed throwing something at me. Is it rocks or knives? Looks like rocks. Or, no, it's actually knives. It's a good thing I can dodge. He's going to throw stuff. And yeah, that actually makes the looters a bit more dangerous, that they actually now have throwing knives, which they previously did not have. Where's the other guy? Did he run off somewhere? Where's my crossbow? Oh, he's over there. He's getting harassed. I better help him out. And I suppose this is a disadvantage of going full melee. Okay, good. Stabbing him back. Now he's starting to throw stuff. I'm level 2. Guys coming all around. I don't actually care if these guys right here die. Maybe I should. Oh, maybe I shouldn't dodge. There we go. And no one died actually, so I guess that's a good thing. Hopefully they got some experience. There we go, there we go. And that's quest complete. Boar spear, yeah, that's better than pitchfork, I'll say. Now, if I had a lance, that would be even better. Let's actually upgrade boots and get a hat. Why didn't I grab a hat earlier? I should have grabbed one, but I did not. Yeah, the shield is even worse than the one I've got. There we go. Maybe I should try to implement diplomacy mod into this mod. Maybe that would make it slightly better. I've actually got prisoners. I don't actually remember getting prisoners, to be honest. But I guess I can sell them, which is good. I can still do a tournament if I really want to. Let's drop some stuff. There we go. A nice 100 dinars. And what do we have? We've got a balanced pike, sword of war. We don't actually have an estoc, which is actually a weapon that I added. It uses the same design as one of the big two-handed longswords, but it has a blunt edge to it. So I guess that's a good thing. I don't actually have someone I can sell prisoners to in this town, by the looks of it. Nope. So you know what? I'm actually going to switch over to a higher level character. And as you can see, grain, bread, etc. has increased amounts because I decided that didn't want to worry about food, so I just increased the amounts. I think bread is a bit overpowered, so I'll lower the amount of bread because holy cannoli, it is too powerful. I think I'll lower it to maybe 100 or 150 because at this point buying bread is much better than buying grain, and it shouldn't be that way. It should be a bit more balanced. So I'm going to lower the bread amount to maybe 100, which would mean that it's slightly more expensive than cabbage, and the difference is that it provides more morale, which is currently the problem with grain. So maybe lower bread even more? I don't know if I can justify that. Oh well. Anyways, I'll lower bread, but I'll switch over to another character now. Here we are with another character. This is Ludovic, who has a party that is, I would presume, cavalry. Yes. So we've got the robber baron here, who's a bit similar to the Swadian knight, but there are differences, I assure you. This is mercenary lancer, which is an upgrade to the mercenary cavalry, and the Khan's lancer, which is an upgrade to the Kergit lancer, the black Kergit chieftain, which is the highest level Kergit's bandit tree, and I may not have mentioned this, but the bandit tree is actually attached to the main troop tree. And we've got the slave overlord here, and as you can hear, the music is indeed playing. The Slave Overlord is the top tier of, let me think, it's the Manhunters. But I've intermingled the troop tree so that everything is connected, and there's a lot of different ways to get all the different troops. It's a lot easier to get some of the rarer troops like Manhunters, because you can just upgrade them from farmers and stuff. So let's actually take a look at... He's hostile. Can I take him? I probably can. I only got 64. Let's actually take a look at what my army size is. Not army size. Notes on myself. Okay. Yeah, I remember this playthrough now. I took a bunch of cities and I'm under the Rodocks. I haven't decided to uprise against them though. But I'm going to give them a nice wrecking. It's a bit foggy, but hopefully this will... And I always release them, so I have massive relations with everyone. Sorry, man, for the sake of a video, I'm going to have a fight with you. Spread out, everyone. And it looks like they're doing the same, but I'm going to advance a bit so that I can get a charge up. And it looks like they may have begun charging as well. By the way, the Serenade mercenary units are indeed cavalry, so the Serenades do have an increased amount of cavalry in their armies. Let's go in for it. Go in for it, lads. Let's take out an archer. Yeah, we did it. Whoa, 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 everybody's charging in. Now let's go for the fish in a barrel. And here you can see some of the soldiers fight. Perhaps I should add the NPC Lancer fix. So, what could make my mod viable? Putting other people's mods in it. Uh-oh. I just realized that that is exactly what I was suggesting. That I should enhance my mod with just putting other people's mods in it. Looks like the battle is won. No casualties. Very good. And here we are. Let's see. Can have farmers and stuff like that. And I like to grab them and upgrade them and then put them inside of cities as garrison. Even if they aren't that good, they at least stop enemies from attacking right away as they besiege stuff. Serenade recruits, Serenade footmen, yeah. Some nice prisoners. Bread! Holy cannoli, why do I have that much bread? That is way too much bread. How in the world have I decided to gab? I don't even remember picking up that much bread. Why do I have that? I'm now confused. I don't remember what in my playthrough caused me to grab that much bread. I've got $160. 160,000, that is. I don't remember. How did I get so wealthy? Must be... Dave Ramsey. No. Must have been because I really played very well, I suppose. I decided that I wasn't going to run out of food, so I bought a ton of food, and I've still got that much money. I guess it's in case if I need to buy something that's really expensive. But let's be honest, there's nothing that I can really find anymore that is highly expensive. So it's just I forget which one I wanted. I think Looter gets me to Robber Baron eventually. Watchman gets me to let's actually see what Watchman gets me to. Oh, I've already had some. Caravan Guard, Mercenary Crossbowman. And after Mercenary Crossbowman, you can actually get the Mercenary Arbalist here or something like that, which is essentially just a powered up version of a Crossbowman. And I think I'll stop the video here. I think it might actually be a good idea to just rush these guys and wreck them really hard. The entire army, that is. And I think I can take them as well. Even though normally I'd probably grab a much larger army to do something like that. But let me just show you the map. This is what happens eventually in Mount and Blade. Eventually you get to the point where you just start taking stuff, and the reason I stopped taking stuff is because I run into the fact that some castles take really long to besiege. Maybe that's why I had a lot of food. It's so that if I ever happen to besiege a castle that required me to build a siege tower, that I wouldn't have any food problems while besieging. Or in the rare event that I would actually have to siege down an entire castle. Well, not castle, but siege down in the sense that without assaulting a big city or something to the point where they surrender, which I've never actually done in Mount and Blade. Usually I choose to take the option of attacking instead of sieging stuff down. Let's actually see if I can remember we're at war. We're actually at war with... Is that the only thing they've got left? I guess it is. It is the only thing they've got left. The Nords, we're peaceful with them. We're cool with the Nords. But the way things are going, that might not last. There's 3 factions left. The Swadians are just completely... 3 factions left to conquer, that is. Swadians are just completely gone. I think once I get rid of the other factions in this playthrough, I'll just rebel, and because I've got massive relations with everyone, I would just easily win over everything. And I think the reason that I'm not taking down the bandit lairs, even though they harm the economy with their raiding, is because they provide me with guys to fight and to train my troops with. And that's why I'm not actually taking down any lairs. Yeah, I haven't been taking any quests either. So that is why there's lairs in all the lands. Is there a lair in Swadia? There actually isn't one. There probably is one somewhere, but I haven't seen it. So thanks for watching, and I just made this video because I had the mod and I did some stuff with it, but didn't actually do that much stuff with it. There are some differences from earlier, but I'll be seeing you all next time on Wiltos. Over and out.